What's up guys, this is Astranox. It's time to summon Aria and I will also build her with 15 skill ups. We're doing this on my second account. This is the account where I have, bruiser playstyle, tanky heroes, multiple layers of protection. I feel like she's gonna be able to protect some maybe squishier heroes that I will try to have in my teams with the tankier ones. So this hero provides some really cool things, something new to the game. It is stealth and barrier for the whole team beside herself, and then she puts counter attack stand for herself. So if they have single target attackers, they're going to be forced to attack her, which means she's going to be doing a bunch of counter attacks, and then she's got a passive that attacks everyone, removes 2 buff. She can cripple, she can do things, and she's pretty cool, I think, in the right team. So let's get her, let's get this hero, and let's do her skill ups and finally build her, put some gear on her. Let's see what kind of stats she's gonna be having. And of course, I'm gonna be having the showcase of Aria after this video, guys. So definitely stay tuned for that. If you're wondering if she's good, if she can perform well, if she could be an asset to your team, to your roster. Okay, so let's get her, man. Let's get her. And of course, her artifact here. If it's not, the caster's turn, you will have damage increase, and also the 50% chance to inflict a random debuff is really cool because it's always 50%, no matter how many, limit break, how many enhanced level you have this scroll of shadows at. So here we go, boys. Is it gonna be 121 club? Let's find out. 121 club, but then if I get the artifact, it's good, it's okay, I'm happy with that. Now I don't want to spend powder of knowledge to actually get this artifact, but I definitely want to have it. That is an issue. That could be an issue. I don't even know if I have the powder of knowledge, but I can figure it out. I can just sell a bunch of like 3-star artifacts, something like that, useless artifacts, and I'll be able to get it. So let's see here, how many left? We are at halfway, almost. It goes pretty quick when you're skipping. So yeah, this hero, I think there's a lot of counters, right? Like when I made the video about this hero, giving my thoughts when she, was revealed, right? I was like, this hero seems OP, right? She seems OP on paper, she seems OP, but she has a lot of counters, like Blair's mentioned, and of course she does have counters. There's a lot of annoying heroes that can mess your stuff up. I mean, Rimuru can just steal those buffs, right? Rimuru could just take the stealth for their whole team. That is definitely problematic. If you have some earth heroes that you're fighting against and you have Aria, then of course you're gonna be having problems. You can't really pick her too early on. You're just gonna reveal your game. So that is definitely something you don't want to do, especially in the RT season now. You don't want to go with RGB heroes too early on. It's gonna be rough. It definitely will be. Oh man, is it gonna be a 121 club? Come on, man. 21 summons left. Oh, I can't skip this. Come on. Tell me this is the artifact. Ooh, we don't know for sure yet. We gotta wait. Come on, man. Scrolls of Shadow. Hey, it's Scroll of Shadows, not Scrolls of Shadow. Unless I get more than one, right? Unless I get more than one. But it's okay, I'm all good. I got one. Perfectly fine with that. So now, let's just get her. Am I gonna get trolled? Just let me join the 121 club. Just don't give me the hero just before. Here we go. Aria guaranteed summon. Let's get her, boys. Let's get her. Okay, so what you guys think about this hero? Let us know what you guys think in the comment section. Do you feel that she could be an asset to like a lot of different teams, right? Like that stealth plus barrier is very dangerous. Like if you last pick Aria, 4th or 5th pick Aria, then it could definitely be good for you if they don't have AoE damage dealers. Even if they do have AoE, you got the barrier protecting the stealth. Now, we don't know how thick that barrier will be, right? Like, we need to test that out. Now, Aria, she's going to be much more powerful in a control environment. Arena offense, Guild War offense, much more so than sticking her on defense or going in RTA with her. Because, like, if the enemy can actually do things against you, then they're just going to counter pick. It's going to go bad. It's going to go real bad. So you got to be careful about that. But, you know, unable to buff debuff. A lot of heroes on 128, 129 speed, removing your buff and then putting maybe unable to buff debuff or just crippling you using different ways. It's going to mess Aria up, you know, buff block. I mean, green heroes, that's something to watch out for. So let's get her. Let's power her up, 15 skill up, and let's put some gear. I want to see what her stats are going to be like. Alright boys, it's time to use the Potion of Ascension. That thing is beast. So, let's use this thing real quick. And sort. You should be using this on a 3-star or 5-star hero that you want to build up. So you're going to be getting more value out of it. But in this case, I don't have the fodders, the 5-star fodders to actually 6-star her. So, it goes real quick. It goes real quick here. Good. Oh, of course. Ras makes an appearance. And we'll just quickly level her up. Do I even have enough for that? Do I even have enough? I do. Good. Okay. So let me show you guys what her base stats look like real quick. I mean, we saw it during the preview, but let me just show you. And also, there's the fact that this hero gets a lot of crit chance, and she gets crit damage, doesn't she? She gets some free crit damage as well, which is really cool as her health decreases. So if your team is stealthed, right, and they have a bunch of single target attackers, especially in a control environment, you know it's going to be happening, right? I mean, maybe you could put that to good use in PvE content even. Like, you could be trolling the AI. The AI is forced, you know, to attack her, and you got a bunch of counter attacks happening. Her passive triggers. She's getting, you know, a bunch of crit damage as her health decreases. She's getting a bunch of crit chance as well from her passive. I mean, that means this hero, you're going to be able to build her with more survivability. And also, you're still going to be able to pack a punch because you're getting all these free offensive stats, which is real nice. So, of course, here the effectiveness is pretty sweet because you definitely want to have some effectiveness on her to allow her to do her thing. Her passive, man, that is pretty beast. Attacks all dispels 2 buff and then decrease combatness. That is a pretty big deal right there. So this is what her base stats are like. I mean, you already have 35% crit chance. And wait, is that okay? You have it. This is with the passive, of course, and then we get even more with the skill up, and we're gonna do that right now. Yeah, let's do it now. I'm gonna put her artifact on her after. So what is important here? You got -1 turn cooldown, 3 Mola. This thing is insanely powerful. I mean, I would definitely get this thing going. So let's do that. And what else do you need? Getting some free crit chance is pretty sweet. You can definitely get the earlier ones. And here, the effect chance for decreased hit chance, not that big of a deal. We don't know how hard she actually hits for, but getting those free stat points, that is definitely good. Definitely good. So I would just go for that. You know, the earlier ones, you're getting 4 for 1 Mola each. Definitely worth it. And I mean, you're spending 3 for 2 crit. I would even push that further. But yeah, the biggest thing is definitely getting her to cycle faster. If your battle is going to drag on, getting that -1 turn is a huge deal. Right, so I'm just going to finish the skilling up here. But getting some effect chance on the skill number 1, definitely helpful, especially with all these counter attacks happening. You want to pump her damage up because she's getting crit chance, crit damage as her health decreases. So of course, getting some skill ups here is also quite valuable. So I would go with something like skill 3, 1 point, of course, you max it. And then you could go like 3-4 points here. Or actually, since crit chance is not that hard to get on gear, maybe you're running a crit chance necklace. I mean, at that point, I think you're going to be losing value there, 60% crit chance after reforging. So I would just work skill 3, right, 1 point, and then skill 1. I would just get some damage and effect chance here. And then if you need the crit chance, you might not even need it. But if you do, you can put some points here. You might just not need to even max this thing out. Just think about the molas that you're actually saving because of that. But all these sweet counter attacks happening, and if they don't remove the buff, if you don't have enable to buff debuff on you, and that thing is sticking, those counter attacks will be happening, right? So that is guaranteed damage, free damage, that you can have, and I think it's definitely worth putting some skill ups into her S1. So yeah, now she's fully skilled up, and as you can see here, she has 45% crit chance. My god. So that means you don't even need the last crit chance boost here, because if you're running a crit chance necklace and let's say the rest of your gear doesn't have any crit chance on your subs, then yeah, you could get some pretty good value from the necklace running crit chance main. But to be honest, I would probably be running critical hit damage. It's hard to get gear that doesn't actually have, you know, any crit chance. It's pretty insane to actually pull that off. I did pull that off on a few heroes, you know, on my high offense account number 1, but it's not something that it's so easy. And when you have crit chance on your gear, you don't want to reforge that away. That's crazy. That's crazy, because that piece could be amazing for another hero that actually needs the crit chance. So just keep those things in mind, guys. But I think like this hero is going to be pretty interesting. But her base speed is definitely a problem, because if you're fighting heroes like, you know, Ram, right? No, not Ram. Ran. And then you also have to worry about Para, right? These heroes, 128, 129 base speed, are going to be problematic. If they can disrupt you before you even are able to open, maybe they nuke her out of existence, disable her. But if Para puts enable to buff debuff, or any hero puts enable to buff debuff on her, then what's the point? What is the point of that beautiful skill number 3, right? Defense buff's not happening on her, counter attack buff's not happening on her, stealth and barrier, most importantly, are not even happening on your team. So it kind of defeats the whole purpose of this hero right there, right? And if they have green hero or heroes on their team, you just shot yourself in the foot by bringing her along. So last picking her would be the smarter play, if you know for sure she's gonna definitely mess them up, but then she might just end up getting banned. So there's that. Okay, let me put some gear on her. Let's see her stats. Actually, I'm gonna put one. I'm gonna activate her with one unknown slate here, and we'll have some defense. Not for herself, we'll put it for the team because it's just more value. Alright guys, I did put gear on this hero. Now I don't have the stats that I want because I want to go for offense. I want to see her damage. You guys want to see her damage. I have the 15 skill up, so why not push the damage, right? But then you need so many things. Even if you have like the free crit, and you got some crit damage as the health go down, can't really rely on that. I mean, but her health will go down if they have single target damage dealers. So her stats, right? Man, I couldn't muster the gear that I want, right? So that is what she has in terms of stats. And I want more health on her. I wanted speed, guys. I want to open with her versus a tanky team, let's say, that doesn't have speed, right? But as you can see here, I got some stupid effect resistance. Yeah, it could come in handy, I guess, but I definitely wanted more effectiveness. To be honest, not the biggest of problem. What I'm missing really is just more health, because I feel like she's just gonna drop like a fly. So as you can see, I really opted for the speed, and some pieces of gear might not have defense percentage, sadly, and I'm not just gonna reforge this thing just for that, just a bit more defense. And health is perfectly fine at the amount of defense she has, and if I can get her to go ASAP, then I will have the defense buff on her, I will have the counter attack buff, I will have the stealth and the bear on the team. So it's important to go first, but then you can't really go against a real speed team with her, because her base speed is like not even 110, right? So you got to keep that in mind. So this hero at 30 effectiveness, I'm not happy about that, and that's the thing. I could definitely push the crit damage, I could push, you know, the health, but that's just what I have. I don't have perfect gear for this hero, and I could take some gear from Lionheart Sermia, let's say. I don't want to start taking gear away from my, my core, which is going to be problematic, because I just don't have a bunch of gear laying around that would fit these heroes. So yeah, that's what I'm rocking, and I'm going to be doing the showcase after this, so definitely stay tuned for that, guys. Let us know what you guys think about this build and my thought process about how I'm building this hero. But if the damage is not good, guys, then we don't need to worry about, building so much crit and crit damage, and we can just opt for more survivability and just have her cripple with maybe more effectiveness and drop some decreased hit chance, and let her passive fly away against the enemy and make things happen. So yeah, that's it for this one. I'm Astranox. Good luck with all ya do. Peace out for now.